Do you know what the King's Gambit is? Well, it's a daring and audacious opening in the game of chess, a game that is as much about strategy and forethought as it is about the pieces on the board. The King's Gambit is a bold move, a move that says, I'm here to play and I'm not afraid to take risks. But what exactly is the King's Gambit? Let's delve into the intricacies of this fascinating opening. The King's Gambit begins with the moves pawn to e4 and pawn to f4. Sounds simple, right? Well, the beauty of chess lies in its complexity, dressed as simplicity. After the initial pawn to e4 move, you're controlling the center and opening lines for your queen and bishop. It's a strong start. But then you're offering your pawn on f4 for capture, a gambit indeed. Now, why would you offer up a pawn so early in the game? This is where the King's Gambit gets interesting. By sacrificing that pawn, you're luring your opponent into a potentially compromising position. You're inviting them to overextend, while also opening up your own lines for a swift and aggressive attack. It's a calculated risk, a strategic ploy designed to unsettle and outmaneuver your opponent. So the King's Gambit is not just about the initial moves. It's about the mindset, the strategy, the audacity to take a risk. It's an aggressive opening, a bold declaration of intent, but it's also a delicate balancing act, a dance between risk and reward, attack and defense. Now let's summarize the key points about the King's Gambit. It's a daring opening, an invitation to your opponent to step into a trap. It involves the initial moves pawn to e4 and pawn to f4, a sacrifice designed to lure your opponent into a compromising position. It's a calculated risk, a strategic ploy that requires a careful balance of attack and defense. And remember, the King's Gambit is not for the faint of heart. It's a move that requires courage and confidence, a willingness to take risks and face the consequences. But if played correctly, it can lead to a swift and decisive victory. So if you're feeling brave, if you're ready to take a risk and make a statement, why not try the King's Gambit in your next game of chess? You might just surprise your opponent and yourself. So, there you have it, a step-by-step exploration of the King's Gambit, a daring and audacious opening in the game of chess. It's a move that captures the essence of chess, a game of strategy, risk, and reward. So why not give it a try? The King's Gambit might just be the move that takes your game to the next level.